Welcome to the Real Estate Fight Club, a podcast for agents where you'll witness a battle of opinions about topics affecting your real estate business. Now, always in your corner, here are your hosts, Jen Murtland and Monica Weakley.
Why do 85% of real estate agents get out of the business in less than 3 years? Well, the main factor is that these agents don't realize that they own their own business. So my coach, Coach John Kitchens, has put together a free clarity report for us. This is whether you want to earn $100,000 this year or $1 million. This report will give you the clarity you need to thrive in your business and not be a statistic. Go to coachcodeclarity.com for your free clarity report outlining what your success looks like.
Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. Jennifer Murtland, what's going on?
What are you doing, Monica?
Yeah, I'm living the dream.
Are you? What dream was that?
Yeah. Well, this is the dream where I get to not wear an employee badge. I was at breakfast this morning and I saw these. I was at Panera and having a meeting, and I saw several people.
A meeting, is that what they call it now? Maybe a meeting.
A meeting. And I saw several people come in with an employee badge on their, tucked on their pocket or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am living the dream. I never have to do that again in my life.
Ever.
And you're reminded then of people that are like rushing to the office because they need to clock in or something.
And you're eating breakfast.
And I'm having a breakfast meeting at my leisure. Anyway, I just was reminded, every once in a while you get these really simple, stupid kind of reminders of how good life really is. So
yeah, welcome to real estate.
That was one. And if you're listening and you have one of those jobs, but you're listening because you're a licensed agent, let's work on getting you out of there.
Out of the biz.
Do it.
You can do it.
Do it. What are you doing? What's new with you?
Hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Also, hating all this pumpkin spice latte BS.
Come on, give it a rest.
I hate pumpkin spice.
I just had a delicious pumpkin spice muffin. It was delicious.
Gross.
Come on, you don't like anything pumpkin spice?
I also don't like coconut.
Well, I don't like coconut either. We can agree on that's nasty. That shit is nasty.
It makes me think I'm like drinking suntan lotion or something.
Ew, and the little shreds of it.
I don't like it. Ew, stop.
Nasty.
Let's move on.
Guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. We love that you're here. Love having you listen in. And today, Jen and I are going to duke it out over this. Are you leaving money? And if so, how much? We can go there. On the table by not having an agent referral strategy, So Jen, talk to us about how you look at that. Are you talking about local agent referral? You talking about cross town? You talking about out of state? You talking about, what are you talking about?
Yes.
All of it.
Yes.
So I'm assuming we're thinking of different strategies for each of those kind of categories, whether you're referring some business out that you just don't want because it's, below a certain point or whatever, or it's in a part of town that you don't want to be in. And then also with people that who live out of state, correct?
Well, I think so. We have always referred out our buyers no matter what. Yeah. Like if they're local or if they're moving somewhere, like whatever, we've always referred that out. And I think that's easy. And we did a podcast a couple of months ago about what should the referral fee be. And I think people are leaving on a lot of money on the table with that too, but you have to go back and listen to that one.
That's true.
But I think that as somewhere around year 4 to 6, as a productive agent, something hits you in the face and you're like, shit, this is a business. And what is the business that I want to run? What lead source is the most profitable for me? And when you begin to think about that, you realize that there's some business that you shouldn't be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you begin to see trends like, wow, I have Cincinnati is in Ohio, and there's also Southern Cincinnati, which is Naples, Florida.
That's
Okay.
true.
So it's like, okay, I have a lot of people don't move to Cincinnati necessarily, but there's maybe a lot of people that leave Cincinnati and move to Naples, Florida.
I think a lot of people move to Cincinnati. We have more Fortune 500 companies here than any place.
We do.
We do. I think
Anyway.
that's actually true.
But I'm just saying that, like, yeah, it's according to the Real Estate Fight Club podcast.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. But I'm just saying, like, you'll begin to see patterns. So it happens. So I think it's not only the easy stuff that we think of, like, oh, I have a client moving out of town. That's easy. Everybody goes there. You can get that. But it's also maybe you moved from a different location and now wherever you live now is your new home and you don't know anybody. You can have an agent referral strategy back at your old home for your center of influence and people you know there. Mm-hmm. You can also have it, like you said, for the other part of town or the town you don't like going to or the price point you don't want to work or whatever.
Or something's too far away or farms out, an hour radius outside of the city you don't want to do.
Or maybe it's horse property and you have a lot of that in your town, but you don't really want to do it or whatever.
Or you don't know enough about it.
Well, and you're not interested in it. But I think there's this misconception that as real estate agents, we should take whatever we get. Wrong. Mm-hmm. Like the more you strategize about what you want, the more of that you're going to get.
True.
What do you think?
True statement. I think that the answer to the question is yes, we're leaving money on the table by not having a good agent referral strategy. I think for me, it's not been something that I've ever put at the top of the list to actually be strategic about or spend time on.
Why?
I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying I didn't.
And I think that's pretty common. So what do you think that is?
So,
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, my phone was just yelling at me. Siri or somebody.
Siri's got a point to make.
It's not anything. It's not, it's not logical at all to say anything about, not doing it. It just doesn't bubble up. It doesn't catch on fire. Now, I will tell you what I have done in the past. I do have a friends Facebook list that is out of town A's and B's, like friends that I still have a lot of conversations with, I still have influence with, I'm still a part of their lives. Maybe it's college friends, maybe it's friends from home that just moved out of town, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I do have that list. And there was a point where I was doing posts just to that list and educating them that I could offer them the service of interviewing and locating a great agent.
That is like the biggest missed opportunity, I think.
It really is. And it's a couple posts a month. It's not that hard.
It's not a lot because they already know. And they're seeing your other stuff.
That's right. They're tying you to real estate. Now they're like, oh, shit, you can actually also help me by taking this struggle out of me having to interview 3 agents. Like, I will do that for you. I will find you the right agent. And so, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And I think I'm going to put it back into place.
Do it.
Put it back into place. Just
how can we get it? We want that.
You just got to put it on your activity list.
Maybe you should incorporate it into Ghost Poster.
Oh. Yeah, if you don't know what Ghost Poster is, it's a daily, Monday through Friday, daily Facebook posting idea for real estate agents, help you stay top of mind.
It's the best.
We will do.
If you don't know, now you know.
How to talk about this idea that I can actually help you. Even if you're in Boston, moving down the street in Boston, I can still help you.
Exactly. Because I am your real estate resource, period. No matter what, in the country, out of the country, in town, out of town, doesn't matter. Like we have people that come to us that are like, hey, I saw that you do international real estate. I want to buy something here. Or I know a friend that's moving to wherever. Can you help us? Like, hell yeah, I can help you.
Yeah. What's interesting that I'm just thinking about? If I had to quit selling houses locally and I had to figure out another way to make money in real estate, I could put a plan together with this and achieve the same level of financial success I'm having, mainly because I would go to other markets that have higher price points because 25% of that
is like, well,
it's the same as a full deal here.
As you know, this year, Alan and I put in place of having our referral income be higher than our active income. And
How's that going?
can I tell you how freaking awesome that is?
Best.
Because you don't have to do all the drama with the people, or you
Right.
can like pick and choose the people that you want to be in the drama with. And then
Right.
everybody else, you don't have to deal with them. And it's great. And you end up like basically making something similar because you're not having all these expenses associated with it too. But this starts by knowing what your expenses are for a client, right? And buyers are more expensive than sellers, depending on, especially now.
Yeah.
And it just all of that. So if you know your numbers, and this really is like, once you start running your business like a business, this is when you can look like, this is when you look at all that stuff.
Yeah. We better take a quick break because then we're going to have to, we forgot to take a break.
Let's take a quick break. Hear a word from our partners. And when we return, I don't know,
We'll probably just have the final
word.
Yeah. Welcome back. Let's get back to the battle inside of the ring. This isn't so much a battle. I say today is all about bringing this idea back to the forefront of the minds of our listeners and asking the question, have you thought about this lately? Do you think you could do a couple things to get a couple extra referral deals a year? I mean, that's thousands of dollars. Probably not too much effort.
Well, and who is really your sphere? If you really looked at, many people have not written down who their sphere of influence is and who are they and where are they, and then find strategic partners for that.
Absolutely. I love it.
Me too.
I love it. If you guys are doing something right now, if you have a strategy that is actually working, that you are earning, more than one or two deals a year, I would say, we would love to hear about what you're doing, why you started that, why is that working for you, truly. So you can go to our Facebook page, Real Estate Fight Club Podcast. You can send us a message. You can email us. You know how to get a hold of us.
Also, Becca, who's our tiebreaker on this, has the best strategy. So if you don't have one, listen to her after this.
Stay on. Here we go.
Yep.
All right. I think that's going to be the end of today's round.
I think so too. And if you're an agent and you want to find out how to partner with us so we can help you grow your business, so you can make a lot more money, have a lot more time freedom, and a lot more fun without giving up a single penny, give us a call or text 513-400-1691. All right, Monica.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. What would you do with an average of 3 referrals per week? Well, Becca, our tiebreaker, would close them. She's on track to close around 30 million in volume in 2022. And a large part of this is due to agent referrals. So Becca Ellis is tiny but mighty and runs her business in Raleigh, North Carolina. And she is going to teach us how to use agent referrals as a strategy for getting business. Thanks for being our tiebreaker, Becca.
Thank you for having me. I'm super pumped to be here. So,
well, tell us how, because when I think about like where people are transferring to, I don't necessarily think of Raleigh, North Carolina. Like I know it's transient. So like you have really built agent referrals. Like it is a true strategy for you. Can you give us like your tips, your thought process? Like give us everything, Becca.
Yeah. I'm happy to talk about this. So interestingly enough, Raleigh was, I think in 2021, Wake County, so not Raleigh, but Wake County, was the number 3 fastest growing county in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
So we have over 60 people a day moving, relocating here from other areas. Sometimes it's from within the state, but a lot of them are coming from other states as well.
Okay.
So,
well, North Carolina is a great state. So like, but I'm just saying, like, I think that you being purposeful is really what's created this big business for you. And it's not just based because like the volume of people are moving there,
Right. No, I have definitely been intentional. And I don't think when I first started this, I intended to grow the referral part as much as I did.
Okay.
But it kind of came about naturally to me, which obviously I'm never going to turn down a referral.
Right.
So, from day one, I'm not from Raleigh. So I've been here 8 years and I had to meet people. I had to get business somehow. And so I, was going to all the trainings. I was going to Mega Camp and, our company conferences and all of that. And I will say I was on a team at that point, and she had us take 100 business cards, and we had to give out 100 and we had to get 100 by the time we came back home.
That's a good idea. If you are going to attend your company conferences, like, why not? Right.
Right.
Mhm.
So it was like, between sessions, I was talking to people. It was like a bold 100 to me, and I just didn't know any different. And I was new and I was just excited to, I was like, I got to get my name out there.
Yeah.
This is a contact sport. So,
Yes.
so I started going to conferences from day one, meeting these agents. I would then go back and add them on Facebook or Instagram.
Mhm.
And also, I think part of that too is following up, of course.
Right.
So that's kind of how I would break down how I have built my referral business is 1, in-person events,
Mhm.
2, social media, and 3, a follow-up system in place to stay in contact with these people.
Do you mind diving in a little bit more on your follow-up system and like what that looks like and how you decide who do you follow up with everybody? Like, kind of give us some of those nuggets.
Yeah, well, we know the fortunes and the follow-up with all of real estate, right? So to me, when I was thinking about my business, I was meeting all these agents. They were going in my database.
Right.
So, we of course have our sphere and then vendors. And to me, I'm like, well, agents is another huge part of, what could be our database.
True.
So
Well, and
adding,
let's pull that point out because that's true, right? Like, if you have a client that's moving out of state, like, you should, as the agent, you should go ahead and have a referral partner where they're moving, just like you should have referral partners. You should be a referral partner in your state. I think it's a missed opportunity for a lot of agents. Do you agree?
yes, absolutely.
Because a lot of them think you can only get business where you are, but that's not true. Like, if you're from somewhere else, you can also do business in that other place because you could have a referral partner there.
Absolutely.
I
And
like
I
it.
have, great relationships now and friendships. A lot of these agents, that's what I love about this business is it is a relationship business.
Yeah.
To me, it's always been about the relationship. So I kind of dove into that relationship with these other agents, and I would come back from the conference and I would do handwritten note cards. And I would send them to every person,
Right.
that was my lead gen for, the week that I got back.
And that's an
And
easy thing, right? Like, it was nice meeting you. Like, right? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, just like, it was so great meeting you. If you ever have anybody moving to Raleigh, North Carolina, please, I would love to help. Just a quick little note.
Right.
But I have had people mention that to me now that, have that card they got, because it is one thing that stands out from a
Yeah.
lot of agents. Sometimes we're bad at the follow-up. So
Right.
getting an actual piece of snail mail goes a long way sometimes. And it also jogs their memory to send, your business card, because they're like, oh yeah, I remember meeting that girl.
Oh my
So
gosh. The $1,000,000 question, Becca, is your picture on your business card?
it is.
Oh,
It is.
God.
Yes, it is.
In this case, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's good because it's kind of like, it goes back to social media too. And so
Yeah.
many people, I will say, obviously, some people I definitely are a little vain when it comes to, to this business. But, you are who you are. And if it's
Yeah.
just, if nothing but jogs their memory, oh yeah, I remember meeting this little short girl in Raleigh and her accent, it stands out. So
What do
that's
you do? So that makes sense. Your first follow-up is like when you get back, you do the handwritten note. What are you applying? Because I know you're at Keller Williams and they have like the 36. What is it now though? How many touches is it now?
36 touch.
Okay.
I
So
think,
do you
or I think
apply?
they upped it maybe.
Yeah, they
I don't
upped it. 460 touches, which is because today's is crazy we're inundated with stuff, right? So whatever, do you implement a touch campaign in that way or are you doing something different?
Yes and no, not exactly a 36 touch. So
Okay.
this is kind of my mindset around the real estate business and the social media part too.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably getting a 500 touch from me
Yeah.
because they're seeing me show up on social media
Right.
nonstop.
Right.
And so that's another way I stay top of mind with these people is
Right.
I stay involved in their lives.
Mhm.
And I also kind of made a lot of friends within, my company. And, we've stayed at Airbnbs together. We've had dinners together. We
Right.
have, during COVID, we would hop on a Zoom call
Yeah.
weekly.
Yeah.
And so it's like these people, it's not that just that they met me at Mega Camp.
Right.
We do life together. Like I've
Right.
been to weddings, I've been to, birthdays, and it's a relationship. And
Right.
so they're way more likely to send me the referral than somebody in La La Land that they've never met because they know me,
you.
they like me. Yeah.
So it's intentional, but also it sounds like authentic.
Yes, 100%.
So are you then creating these relationships with, what if you meet an agent that would be a good referral partner because you have a lot of people coming and going from that place, but you don't like them?
Well, that's the thing I will say is I have relationships with probably 4 agents in Charleston and
Yeah.
5 in Dallas. And like I
Right.
know I have over 1,800 realtors in my database right now.
That's awesome.
And so I know a lot of people everywhere. And I mean, it is one of those things, if I don't feel like that it's a good fit, I
Mm-hmm.
may not send them the referral if I have a referral,
Right.
because it is, to me, it's a huge deal for somebody to send you a referral.
Yeah.
They're doing that really to make themselves look good.
Right.
So like they want to work with somebody they know it's going to do a good job, that's going to close
Exactly.
it,
Mm-hmm.
and that is like them or likable,
Right.
that's
Right.
gonna, get the job done. So
Yeah.
I think that's the other reason, I do get a lot of referrals because I get results. Like I
Right.
freaking close, they're gonna get a check because I'm gonna freaking find them a house.
Exactly. Exactly. That's awesome. So if somebody's just getting started, what are your a practical tip they can do today to take this information? Like, yes, this makes sense. I want to do it. What can they do today?
What I would say, probably, I would be very intentional with figuring out where people are coming and leaving your city
Mhm.
from. And usually there's a lot of information on, oh my gosh, the
Like the
census and
chamber.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
The chamber, your county. I would just like research that,
Yeah.
find where people are coming and going to,
Mhm.
then intentionally reach out and find somebody in that location that
Mhm.
does business like you, that
Yep.
you want to build a relationship with, and pick up the phone and call them and just, kind of create that relationship out of thin air.
Right. I love it. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Well, just so people know, you implement this strategy, the agent referrals, but you're also really big on social media. So if people do have a referral for you, if they want to talk to you about a strategy for agent referrals, if they want to talk to you about social media, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Yes, I would say probably on Instagram at Real Estate Rebecca. Is the best way. I have Facebook, but I'm almost out of friends, but it's Becca Ellis on Facebook. So I think I have like 50 friends left. So I'm just trying to tell people to direct them to Instagram if possible.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on. Thanks, Becca.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You want to do more deals, but your current sphere is not big enough. What are you going to do? Well, you need to make new friends. So the best way to do that is through cold calling. I use RedX to call expireds, for sale by owners, for rent by owners, circle prospect, and you can too. Go to theredx.com/Fight Club and get your setup fee waived. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a podcast.